Our Black Friday sales live right now, 25% off the entire site, all of our handmade leather goods, including all the new stuff that we released. And if you're confused maybe what to get your guy or gal, we made a little buying guide to explain all of our products and what ones you might want to get for certain hobbies and types of people. So check them out below. Nick's in town for the unboxing.
Hi.
So we got us a poncho. Let me see.
You're combining the poncho and the boot unboxing?
Always. You gotta show the people what else is cool out there.
All right.
Poncho, and then a big white box. There's 2 boots in here, but we're only doing 1.
Okay.
Because one of these is like a special project. I had to White's hooked me up with this one. Yeah.
Stop talking about how great the other boot is.
It's really, well, building a little anticipation. Oh, I have to do like a separate unboxing that's gonna be, I can't talk much about it because I gotta save the hype for the video because they're really sick boots, but the story behind it's pretty funny. Maybe I almost went on a nationwide dating show.
Maybe. Wow, this is a great video about a boot that we're not showing or talking about.
But Chelsea boots. Yeah. But right before we started recording, you're like, I think it's funny the relationship between like the US and Chelsea boots. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting. Some people might have noticed, I think this is White's first Chelsea boot they've come out with. They've only had like one before. And it's actually pretty uncommon to see Chelseas in the really American, Pacific Northwest sorts of brands, that kind of stuff. And that's because America's heritage, like the mock toe and Midwestern work boots and cap toes and that sort of stuff, and logging boots. But Chelsea boots were not originally work boots. They were, it was a walking shoe for Queen Victoria.
Oh, really?
So very unmanly and very English. And they became popular when the
cancel
people...
the vid. We're not doing it. It doesn't align with the brand anymore.
So the whole story is different, and also it's just it originated overseas. It took a while to get here, and everyone sort of slowly realized for casual wear, Chelsea's are amazing. It's really nice to not have to mess with laces. And interestingly, in Australia. We only have Chelsea boots.
Yeah.
If you say boot, it means a Chelsea boot. I just went to Iron Williams factory there, and it's well over 95% of the boots are Chelsea's. And it's just...
That's wild.
The whole nation of Australia was I think part of it's because we were young, so we weren't we didn't have any trappings of culture and history. We just had to come up, we had to bring a boot over, and we found this one without laces, and we were great.
Easy enough.
That's it, yeah. And now it's we wear Australia more than anywhere. The Prime Minister wears them in Parliament, but the exact same boot gets worn on farms.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, and now, in the 21st century, there are casual Chelseas. There's redbacks and bloodstones and stuff.
Right.
The style has evolved a bit. But the fact remains, it's an uncommon. It doesn't have the same roots in America that almost all the other boots that we talk about have. And it's quite uncommon to see them on American brands, especially Pacific Northwest brands, which is why it's quite interesting that White has come out with one. I'm keen to see it.
Well, most of the Chelsea boots like Blundstone, that's Australian. Redback, Australian. Iron Man is Australian.
Yeah.
Most of the actual big Chelsea brands that people know are Australian brands.
Yeah, we were just why would I wear laces if I don't have to?
That's a fair point. Well, because of Uggs too. Uggs come from Australia.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it's both slip-on utility first and foremost.
Yeah, I think it's we're a pragmatic people,
Yeah.
Like I said, we've been a country for barely 120 years, we just kind of had to build it all from the ground up, and so our vision wasn't marred by long centuries of this is a Balmoral boot and this is great.
Yeah.
We're just what works?
What works?
What works?
And I'll wear it.
And no laces, great.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you interviewed the owner of Iron Williams, right?
I did,
and
yeah.
He's super rich.
Yeah.
Is it out? When's it gonna be out?
It should be out next weekend.
Okay, we'll put links below.
Yeah. He's the richest man in Australia, and he is suitably obsessed with Iron Williams.
That's a cool interview. That's a sick interview.
Yeah, it was good. We get into the cultural differences with the Australian and American billionaires. Part of our conversation was all right, before you bought Iron Williams and returned it to Australian ownership because it was bought by a foreign multinational conglomerate, and so he saved Iron Williams.
Oh, cool.
And so it was before that, all right, you were a billionaire, you were doing fine, but it wasn't until you saved our boot that Australia, the country, was all right,
we like this guy.
Yeah. You have to do something a little special to
That's cool.
to get the respect.
It is actually. I was gonna unbox it. I like Chelsea boots, but having you here, it puts that unique spin on it. Cause you're here for this, really.
That's right.
Quick plug of Stridewise's collab.
That's right.
Sick.
I'm here hawking my hawking and make myself sound really. I'm here snake oil salesman.
I'm here just trying to get you guys to buy my.
I just came out with this boot. It's very limited run. Only early December the orders closed. Unfortunately, to keep the price down, we had to do it a made-to-order model. But yeah, this is feral swine wild boar leather.
And it turned out so sick. Watch the full breakdown cut in half video. We also did like an unboxing, just me and you like talking shit for most of it.
Yeah.
But these turned out so good.
I know.
Yeah, show me the other stuff.
I got so into the idea of a invasive pest leather that I also have my own bag brand coming out, made of wild boar leather. This is the Messenger, and it's one of the leathers that you also get on the boots from Caswell. So you can get bags, belts, and wallets to match your boots at badleathergoods.com.
And this is made out of like feral swine, who are an ecological disaster. They destroy everything. Every farmer hates them. They $1 billion worth of destruction.
It's billions. $2.5 billion of agricultural
2.5.
damage. Yeah. It's insane, and they carry every parasite and disease, like literally 70 of them. They're infecting livestock. Everything's terrible about them, and so I'm trying to do my part as a new U.S. citizen.
That's right.
To help the nation, defend my country from enemies domestic.
Well, and it's such a cool leather because it has all these gradient. It has like, this is the buffed version. You also have like this black version of the leather that's really, really cool.
Yeah, we got the black one too, and it's all those 3 leathers on all of our stuff. We've got this big ass travel bag, covered in scars and everything from it.
It turned out so sick.
I've been traveling with these for the last like 7 weeks.
And we've been talking about it on and off for like a couple years because you did your first launch of these last year, but it was a lot smaller launch and it wasn't quite as refined. And now you guys have this thing dialed in.
Yeah, a year ago, this came out, but it took a lot of development before that because the leather's really hard to make. But like we did that, and then I just got so into the idea of like, the leather is like, there's just no argument against it.
Right.
Like they're bad from every level. As invasive pests, there's like an extra layer that they mess with the country and the biodiversity and everything. And I spoke to all these farmers and ranchers in research, and they were like, look, anything that helps there be fewer boars out there, we support, like, because they really mess up farms a lot.
When they're feral, they're not wild. They're not supposed to be part of the ecosystem.
They're not native, yeah. They're not from here. So like they mess up the soil ecosystem in a different way, you know. Because you get like deer and snails considered pests, and it's like, all right, okay. But like this is like the country doesn't want them here.
Right.
The very ground itself, the sky and the air and
Mother
the trees.
Nature rejects them.
The whole country's like, don't want to. In Europe, they're less of a problem because they're from Europe. But we brought them over here, and the country just is not used to managing them.
Yeah, these turn out sick. So we'll put links below. We also got we'll put the unboxing and the cut in half because we go way more detail.
Yeah.
So we'll save you from giving you the same details 30 times in a row. But they turn out sick.
Yeah, and
So
if the boots are sold out, go to badleathergoods.com. Buy some cool
On
bags.
all these videos, it's gonna be badleathergoods.com.
Bad Leather Goods.
Over all of us. Badleathergoods.com. And then for the other half, the unboxing is the ponchos. So I like more Western wear. You're from Australia, it's somewhat Western out there. I'm from the west side of the US, very Western out here. And Poncho reached out and was like, hey, let us send you some sick shirts. And I was like, yes, please. Pearl snaps, please.
You know what? I should go and get my Australian hat.
Yeah, show them you're real Australian.
This is Australia's Stetson. The company's called Akubra. And you were quite right. We have our own Wild West down there.
Right.
We also came in and had to tame the wilderness in the 19th century. We have our own Western movies. Like, yeah, that's actually something our country share that a lot of people don't know.
Crocodile Dundee he's the manliest man that's ever been on TV or on a movie.
Yeah.
Like he like in my childhood, like that Crocodile Dundee movie, even though I didn't understand the whole bull part, you know, where he has to put it over his head, I didn't understand it at all. But like I just was like, this is who I want to be. That's not a knife. That's a knife.
That's right.
You know,
yeah.
like, all that is encoded in my DNA.
So that's probably the reason you're here is because of Crocodile Dundee.
Honestly, I owe everything to Crocodile Dundee.
Thanks, Paul
and the
Hogan.
Australians.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got here. Okay, so it looks like they sent me one really tight corduroy pearl snap. I love pearl snaps. I just went on a date with a girl. I was like, what do you think about pearl snap? She's like, what the is pearl snap? And I was like, never mind.
Yeah, you know, this is another thing. When I became a citizen, I suddenly found myself enjoying Western wear and pearl snap shirts and everything. I felt like less self-conscious about it. I was like, no, I've earned this. I can wear this now.
I agree.
And yeah, the pearl snap is great. A funny thing about the pearl snaps is it's more durable than buttons. They don't break off.
Oh, really?
And that's a big part of like why, like, you know, you're out on the ranch for like days or weeks on end. You don't have a button missing. Like they stay on a million times more easily. And
also but also,
apparently that was because in case the shirt gets snagged on something.
I believe that.
Just like tear right up.
Or if your lady's like, get your ass over here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they love it.
We wish. We wish.
If that were to happen, I imagine it would be nice.
Hypothetically. And I like, because like Western shirts also have this angle through here.
Yeah.
And like I was raised in the country, very Western wear all growing up, but then it wasn't popular. All through like 2010s, it was like hipster style, was not popular, and now it's back. And I'm just like, all you fake cowboys, keep doing it. Like I'm on full support. Anybody that feels like, oh, I shouldn't wear Western wear it. Like the longer this is in style, the happier I'll be.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
And also the fits are always quite flattering on Western as well. Because it's a funny thing, because normally workwear is pretty roomy, so you can move around and stuff. But with Western wear, it's like the last refuge of the millennial slim fit. Like it's not skin tight, but like part of that whole like the whole thing is you don't want to get snagged on stuff.
Right.
And so it actually fits like fairly trim Western wear, even though it is still like work wear. You know what I mean?
And cowboys are built like me. No muscle, all sinew, lanky, and absolutely no butt.
Yeah.
Like no butt whatsoever. And so like that's like why I love Western wear too. Is like it actually it's kind of like this cool remnant, because if you look at any old Western wear, it's all very thin. Like all of it's very thin cut. And it's like, because that's literally how Western people were, like very thin across the board.
And also, they did not want any bit of their shirt to get snagged when they're like jumping around in a saddle or anything like that.
Or like tractors or whatever. And this one looks like it's a little bit thinner material. Let's see what this is about.
That is not a natural
nice
fabric.
Nice little stretch to it. Got a little chest pocket there. So yeah, I like supporting these Western brands that are actually like Western brands and not like cashing in on this like recent trend.
Yeah.
And so this would be like your nice breathable like light work shirt.
Yeah, this looks like it's one of those fabrics that's like engineered for extra modern breathability and stuff, right?
Yeah. This leather has to be some of the strongest leather in the world because it's so thin and it has to hold all the tension of your body pushing on those boots, pulling those laces apart, not just for one day, but for hundreds and hundreds of miles. So when you take this thin but really strong lace and you make it this thick as a belt, you can imagine how strong this belt is gonna be. And so not only can you match your laces to your belt and get the whole kit going, but it's also still on our micro adjust system where it solves that problem that everyone has with belts, where this hole's too tight, this hole's too loose, I wish I had a hole right in the middle. All you do is move these two Chicago screws and that bridges that gap right in the middle so you have ultimate adjustment, micro adjust. So check them out below, get yourself a belt out of some real lace tannage, some of the toughest leather in the world, and get yourself some matching laces. Check them out below. I lost the knife I brought. Will you grab me that one?
Is this it?
Yeah, this is a brand called NAFs. They're a Utah company, so I like supporting the NAF guys. So let's get to it. Let's see what these Chelseas look like.
Okay. There's nothing written on the other one, so you can maintain the mystery.
Box. Okay, there's the Chelsea. Maybe I'll let you just take a peek, because I don't want to see it yet. But you just take a little peek, and you just...
All right, we can't... Okay.
Actually...
You want me to keep
This is a better way to do it. Okay. There's a hole that I want you to put your nose in.
Okay.
So smell that one, in that hole. Does it smell like a regular pair of whites? Or does it smell like anything?
Kind of smells like cardboard, but yeah.
Does it? Let me give it a whiff.
I don't have a very good palate.
You're right, it just smells like cardboard.
Right.
But smell this one. Put your whiffer in that hole. You smell that?
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm trying to get the whiff it. It's like
Okay.
Scotch.
I'll take a little peek inside.
It smells like Scotch, like whiskey.
Yeah. I'm not gonna look. Also can't be on camera. So
Hang on, Scotch isn't whiskey, is it? Is Scotch whiskey?
You're talking to the wrong guy. I was raised Mormon. I didn't hardly drink. Just a small peek though.
Yeah. What is this, Scotch grain? Is this embossed?
I don't know.
You don't know?
What's your guess?
Is it? No, it's too uniform to be like the natural grain of the animal, right? It's not like shrunken bison or something.
Yeah, you make one guess. I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
About the animal?
You gotta guess the animal, and why it smells so weird.
To me, it smells like a peaty Scotch. So
Okay.
I don't know. I'm probably smelling the wrong thing, but it definitely smells unusual. Like it's got some interesting organic compounds in there that's not often found in leather.
Okay, I'll tell you after the recording since you can't guess it. And you guys will have to wait. It'll be a good video.
Hang on, it's Stingray, isn't it?
Nope. I think some of the audience will be like, I think I know what he's talking about.
We really used to do that wild boar quarter of an idea. That's such a good idea.
Maybe that's what it is. What if that's what it was? Like,
You
you should do
preempted me.
it.
It's like, you've been promoting my boots this whole time.
Thank you for promoting my next project. Okay, now let's get to the real deal here, the main event. The thing that I really like about whites is a lot of these other brands, not specifically Pacific Northwest brands, but like any of these brands, they come out with new models, they look like everything else. They're just like, we just did the same thing everyone else did. Now we've got a Chelsea. Now it looks like the Robin Williams. It looks like a Blundstone. These look different. And that's why I hit up Whites. I was like, just send one to me. I'll return it if you want. Like, I just want to unbox these. I want to see these in person.
Are we allowed to talk about other brands?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. It's my channel.
Because it's like, I would always say, well, American brands don't really do Chelsea so much. I mean, of course, you can find some, and Red Wing's giving it a shot. They never seem to sell that well for Red Wing.
Right.
But then, and I would say, and big brands like, like Pacific Northwest brands, like Westcoast Knicks whites trim, and they don't even sell a Chelsea. And then I found out the Knicks did come out the Chelsea, and it's like a very kind of weird looking.
It's different.
It's like the most, and it makes sense for design as far as like, okay, Chelsea's, they're not really for dynamic movement. They don't secure the foot quite as well. It's a weird model to make for such serious work. But we're gonna P&W it as much as we can, and like. It's a fascinating Chelsea. The average person who likes a Chelsea boot might not be.
That is not the Chelsea I was looking for.
It's you know they didn't have a lot to work with as far as like we want a Chelsea that is also going to help you cut down a tree and like they're at opposite ends, and so they made a hybrid, and it was interesting.
One thing I really like about the Knicks is they have that flap over top of the Goring on some of them.
Yeah.
That's one thing I really like about the Knicks. But the aesthetic of it, you know, I'm the same as you. I was like, it could use a little work. It's a work boot, but you could, you know, I think they could adjust the pattern, make it a little bit better looking.
Yeah, but maybe any other pattern, like it wouldn't secure the foot as well. Like you got to be worried about that with those sorts of lugging boots, right?
And there's something they did with this Chelsea boot that I think was really smart, because like you said, those other Chelsea boots from any brand that's like making heavy duty Chelsea boots, they're really rigid. And for me, I got the daintiest little ankles of all time. And so like cowboy boots, I have a hard time with. Like Chelsea boots, even like they have the Goring, I still kind of like slip out of them. But they did something with this that I'm really excited for.
You keep talking about it. Let's
see it. And it's just, what's his name's wife's head? What's in the box? Ooh, they sent me the cinnamon wax flesh too.
Nice.
I love the cinnamon wax flesh. Do you have anything in cinnamon wax?
I do. I have a white cinnamon wax flesh. Yeah.
How aged is it?
Well, we're up like 2 weeks for review in 2019. It got a bit of wear on it. Yeah. I wore like some Thursdays wax flesh for like pretty much a year straight because I have to wear down this goddamn wax. You know, I really tried hard on that pair.
Or you just get lazy like me, and I'll sometimes put a little sandpaper on it.
Yeah. All right. So they are doing they're leaning into the work angle of the Chelsea boot, like the redbacky area of Chelsea bootdom by giving it a nice wedge sole.
But look, like this is the thing. Like this is a really. Like this is what I was kind of getting at with whites. Like this is an intentional design here. It's not just like you can see it kind of comes out wider here, so you can allow that to flex without it looking weird. And like these lines follow really nicely. They're really well echoed across the entire boot.
Yeah, I also like how sometimes you'll see. I think Red Wings Chelsea is a little bit similar. One of the Chelseas where like Chelsea's look weird with the toe cap. You just can't do it.
Right.
But I do see designs for Chelseas like this where. This is like sort of like a toe cap.
Yeah, it really is in a way.
And also, you don't get the stitching underneath the elastic Goring here.
Oh,
which,
right.
Like, I think a lot of people are like, I don't know, you have to be a bit of a boot nerd to think this way, but it's like, you know, is it a whole cut Chelsea or not? Like that one seam is like, that's like a difference in like hundreds of dollars for how much it costs to make a boot.
And like hours of labor.
Yeah, exactly. And this one, although this is multiple pieces, I like the fact that they made it like, the whole cut.
Yeah. Well, and is it fully leather lined? It's like, oh, cool. So it's like, it's unlined in the toe.
I was gonna say
it's got the skeleton lining around the entry.
Okay, I was gonna say it's rough out, so I can't feel if it's lined on the inside because I can't. There's no fuzziness on the inside. It's a rough out, you know. I'm not as practiced at it.
And these are my size. I'm pretty sure this looks like the 55 last, doesn't it? It's got to be the 55.
I don't think they put that information on the things.
I bet that looks like the 55 to me. And then it looks like on the inside, you're actually standing on that veg tan insole. You got the sock liner. It's typical with white, so it's still like it's one of the whites stitched down line. Like this is still that quality.
It is stitched down. Do you know if it is hand sewn or machine sewn?
This would be the machine sewn. So that's another interesting thing. Like it's only a single row. You know, like even on your pair, you got that double row. Whites does this on occasion to keep these really slim and that kind of sleek silhouette. Where this is not like an overt like I'm gonna go logging in this. This is a work boot that you can also wear very casually because of that 55 last and how clean and classy it is. But here's the one thing that I was like. That's why I text or DM'd Weiss. I was like, send me one of those right now, please. I'll do an unboxing for free, please. And it's this feathered midsole. So exactly what we're talking about with the other like heavy duty Chelseas. There's so much leather underneath there, they end up being like 5 pounds. And like when you're walking around in them, your foot's constantly wanting to come out of the boot. And the other beautiful thing about this is it feathers to your flex point. And so now, for a Pacific Northwest boot, being able to do that on a brand new Pacific Northwest boot is kind of crazy.
It's interesting it's an unstructured toe as well. Is that an option they give you for it?
I think...
I have some whites with an unstructured toe, but I think like they only gave it to me because they know I like them, as opposed to like it being a...
That's actually a good question.
Oh, yes. I like an unstructured toe.
I do too. I like the way it ages. But like that's the cool thing about this, because I've never owned any heavy duty Chelseas because they're just too heavy. They pull themselves off my feet.
Yeah, that's
exactly what I wanted.
Because Chelseas have that. I mean, it's a weak point and a strong point. The reason Chelseas are so popular, like as far as like subtypes, like boots that aren't just the word boot, like types of boots, Chelsea's get like more on Google, like more search volume than like
really?
more than mock toe, more than
Wow.
guy, because they're great. You don't have to do
Yeah.
don't have to do laces. They're uncomplicated, relatively speaking, aesthetically.
Right.
So like they're versatile in that regard.
You dress them up, dress them down.
Yeah, I mean these would be pretty hard to dress up, but normally that's the case.
Soft. Feel how soft that
Yeah.
outsole is. That must be a new compound from Vibram. Because like this, look how like instead of those sharp, crisp lines you usually see from this Christie, it's a lot more like rolled over, and this is way softer than any other Christie I've ever felt.
Yeah, this is sort of like what I was saying before is like the upside. The good thing and the bad thing about Chelsea's is they slip on with elastic, which makes them super convenient. But also it gives them some limitations as far as performing outdoors.
Right.
Where, you shouldn't go hiking in Chelsea's, for instance. But going in this direction with it, I can see this pattern working really well. It's sort of like a very nice bluntstone,
Right.
Which is a more casual Chelsea than what everyone's mental image of a Chelsea boot
Right.
is usually like sleeker and nicer than a Blundstone, even though Blundstone's obviously very popular.
Yeah.
So it's a good entry in the casual Chelsea realm. And honestly, like tough Chelseas, it's for all the reasons mentioned before, they're not super common. And even like
Right.
very casual round toe Chelseas like Blundstone and Redback, they're still not resolable. Like
Yeah.
the leather's not that thick after all. Like it is still today rare to have like a tough Chelsea. They're out there, but it's rare. And this is a good entry into it that isn't as off-putting as one might say.
Right, yeah. Well, and
next
like,
one.
the coolest thing to a lot of people about this is going to be the fact that you can still get the crazy arch support that the whites are known for. That
that's
you really
right.
can't get in any other Chelsea. Like what other Chelsea has? Because I'm pretty sure Nick's builds their Chelsea on the H&W last.
Mm-hmm.
And so by feathering that midsole, not only do you build that arch up and get that flexibility, but you reduce the weight and it still feels like a regular 55 last.
Tell me more about the feathering of the midsole. Is that like when you kind of cut into it so it's a bit more
Yeah, well, just
flexible?
see how this, like, instead of a solid layer all the way through, it comes to a point and feathers down. So, like, in your boot, you look at this, that midsole goes all the way from the heel to toe. And so you've got that rigidity all the way through. But with these whites, you've got that inside veg tan insole that's going to be 5 or 6 millimeters thick that give you all that support. And so you don't really need that midsole to run a full length
the
of
way,
the shoe.
okay.
And so you're effectively building up the arch support by tapering it down here. You're adding extra durability and support there. And
Is it extra durability or it's just like not compromised durability because it hasn't thinned down here?
Yeah,
Like it's
well-
normal durability, right?
well, compared to like Blundstones, compared to like the other Chelseas, like having basically 10 millimeters of veg tan underneath your foot is going to give you that really solid like Pacific Northwest heel platform. And that's why I was like, you gotta send this to me. Like this is like, if I were to design a Chelsea boot with a Pacific Northwest brand, this is exactly what I do.
Yeah.
And that's why we did the feathered midsole on our Bear Slayer collaboration with JK. And like I thought JK was actually the ones that first did it, but it's actually Whites. Whites did it before JK.
Is there a comfort element as far as down here by the toe where if there's less midsole?
I think if anything, it's going to be more comfortable, but like I think it'd be a marginal comfort difference. And
It's more about midfoot.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think that comfort would come from, because the leather's still going to compress. It's going to give you that footprint, but they also send them with like these little insoles. So they must be anticipating people wanting some extra comfort in these.
I think also trouble with Chelsea, you can't adjust the fit.
Right.
So
That's
there's a
good.
case to be made that every Chelsea should come with a spare set of insoles.
Right.
Yeah,
I think
this
they
is
turn out so sick.
this is cool. Is it like, as far as I'm being pedantic here? Pacific Northwest boots. I feel like wedge soles aren't really so much of their DNA, right? Like it's more of like a Midwestern work boot sort of.
Right. Yeah. I think over the years they've done a lot more. But you're right. Like they're logging boots, they're firefighting boots, and you will never wear a wedge sole hiking if you're actually hiking.
Yeah.
You can hike them up on the trail, a flat trail, whatever. But if you're actually like working hiking, the Christie or any kind of wedge sole is not the choice.
Yeah.
And so they've slowly gotten more because they've had to go from logging boots to firefighting boots to casual boots, and then over the last few years, all of these brands are trying to get into the more affordable work boot world. And so I think that's when you started to really see these over the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's funny when you get people talking about the pros and cons of wedge soles versus heels and everything, because one is good for a certain job site and bad
Right.
for another kind of job site. And so you get the guys being like, okay, but which one is the best for work?
Right.
It's like, well,
Like,
this
what's your
one,
job?
you won't catch your heel in a nail if it's that kind of job site, but
Right.
if you need to be logging or hiking a lot, it's gonna be bad.
Right.
And yeah, it's really more about what
But
you're using the
that's
boots
what's
for.
cool about this, though. Is like from here back, it's going to feel like a logger boot. It's going to be essentially the same construction, but you've got the wedge sole underneath of it. So, but you're still going to get the arch support. It's still going to be that height. It's still going to be that rigidity, but you soften it by that softer Vibram Christie and by feathering that midsole down.
It's also gonna make it a lot more like accessible for the average person who isn't super steeped in the world of boots.
Right.
Like this is gonna be more welcoming to them than like a big ass heel
Right.
or like commando sole or whatever else, which is gonna feel probably incongruous with the Chelsea. And also again, Chelsea's I think they're the most popular like casual boot, like just like guy who wants to wear something to walk around the city type thing. And to hit that market, you don't want to make it like a Knicks Chelsea.
Right.
You know, you want to make it like this, like closer to a casual Chelsea, but still nonetheless with like really clear indicators that it's high quality and it's going to last for a long time, but isn't too stuffy.
How much do you think it is? What's your guess?
White, it's machine sewn stitched down.
Yep.
600. 650, 600.
I feel like 650 is a good bet. Ooh, cheaper, 590. Okay, so it's less than $600.
Fun fact, they don't even call Chelsea boots in Australia. They're called side elastic boots. Isn't that ridiculous?
Side elastic?
I guess Chelsea's,
Really?
Chelsea's a girl's name. Maybe like when we first heard that, we were like, nah.
Not happening. Okay, let's see. White's is proud to introduce the latest addition to our family, the C350 Chelsea, built on the famed 55 Archie's last. So, yep.
I'm surprised they can use a last for a non-Chelsea boot on a Chelsea boot. You know, I always thought they had
Yeah.
a whole different last for Chelsea's, but it's not the case.
That is actually a good point because you'd need a certain instep height.
I think Red Wing is the same. Like their classic Chelsea is the same last as the Iron Rangers. I
Oh,
believe.
really?
Yeah, I'm always surprised when I hear that. Like, surely
guess-
everything has to be different for Chelsea.
But like you're wanting this to fit your foot, whether it's laces that cinch it to this point or it's elastic. Okay,
So 590 you said?
55 last, yeah, 590, stitch down construction, half, what do they call it? Leather, half slip and shank.
So they're also taking the interesting angle of it's a wedge sole and it has a shank anyway.
Yeah,
Which
so-
a lot of people say you don't really need to do, but
So it must have a leather shank,
Yeah,
and then
it'd
they're
be
calling
leather,
this
yeah.
the half slip. Yeah, so this is a new like Vibram. It's a different one, and then the 55 last.
for medium wear,
Okay, let's try them on. What size of boots do you wear?
like 11.
In Pacific Northwest?
Yeah.
Okay, well then you can't help.
What size are these?
They're 9.5 double E's.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna work.
Because I'm really curious how the arch feels. Because this is it's a unique boot because it's like from top down. This looks like very pointy and Western. But the thing I like about stitch down is it'll bulge out because you're not standing on anything out here. It'll allow room. So how much arch support does it have? Does it feel like the 55? Okay, moment of truth. 9 double E. I'm a 10 on the Brannock. I usually wear 9 double E's in most whites.
Ooh, I heard that. I heard the shook.
Dude, that's freaking perfect. It fits, like the 55 last is not my favorite. I like the 4811 more because you can see that difference in broadness, but that actually fits my foot really well. So does it have the same amount of arch support? I think it has a little less arch support, but you can still definitely feel it. It's definitely got that like arch ease like vibe.
Yeah,
to it.
yeah, and it's also just like softer underfoot, right? So it
Yeah.
necessarily isn't going to be like
That's a good
punching
point.
up into your arch a whole lot.
Ooh, actually that outsole is so soft. Look how much that squishes. I wanted to show,
You just stabbed the boots. I hate these boots.
I just wanted to show this too. I want to show them like how crazy the cinnamon wax flesh ages. And also make him cringe a little bit. We're like, those are brand new. Look at that. That's that color. It's like almost like yellowy sulfur.
Yeah.
I love it. So, them's the boots.
So
Final
Hawaiian, isn't
thoughts?
it? The Chelsea boot is sort of a hard to pin down model because it doesn't have the same tradition in places like White's in the US, and
Yeah.
so making the casual Chelsea is always something that can seem like a bit against type. Like, well, what
Yeah.
is a Chelsea if it's this casual? But I think they've done a good job here of doing the rare casual and tough Chelsea, but still making it pretty approachable. Like this is. Compared to like a lot of the kinds of ultra serious boots you see coming out of
Right.
White's in the Pacific Northwest, like I think this is something that's gonna have good crossover appeal.
That's what I love about it too. It's like this is literally a fusion of a Chelsea boot. It's like if you took RM Williams and fused it with a Pacific Northwest boot. It's still got that slim kind of look to it, but it has all the Pacific Northwest stuff. The arch support, the over the top.
Yeah, and like
obviously completely different vibes.
Yeah. And like a lot of Chelseas, like even like, non-dressy Chelseas, there are a lot of Chelseas like, that you can wear with like a suit, but the smart casual, business casual is usually the realm for a Chelsea boot. And so a lot of Chelseas out there that people buy, even if they don't intend for them to be dressy, they're always so tapered at the toe. Like they're just, Chelsea's is by default, like they're usually, because that's the model people are used to seeing in their mind's eye, very, very slim at the toe. And so, it's always nice to see a model like this that's like, you don't have to. Like, we don't have to have a skinny arm and toe on a Chelsea. You can take advantage of the lacelessness for a model like this that's going to feel a bit more comfortable for walking around.
So you being the guy that dresses up and has a lot better style than me, what level can you actually wear these to? Of like casual.
Oh boy, a wedge sole.
Work. I don't even know work. What do people when they go to offices? We don't work.
Business casual.
Business casual. Like
Yeah.
what part in the spectrum can you actually get away with?
These are casual.
Fully casual.
The white wedge sole.
Too much.
Yeah, if you wear this, like, because business casual is what, like a sports jacket and like maybe a tie.
You're talking to the wrong guy. I was raised on a farm.
No, it's casual. But that I always say this when I encounter casual Chelseas. That's good and rare and laudable because Chelseas so often, like I said, they're very almond-toed. The default model for a Chelsea boot, again, because it doesn't have such a big work boot history, the default is to be quite nice. Queen Victoria was the first one who wore them, right? And so when a brand comes out with a Chelsea like this that is actually firmly casual, it's a positive.
Cool.
I think.
Yeah, and that's kind of my opinion of it too. Is like, because to me, I like the R.M. Williams dressier style. I don't ever wear anything like that. You know, it's like I don't have like kind of pair of Chelseas. I don't really.
Yeah.
I dress up for the symphony every once in a while, but like most of my life is casual and like workwear. And for me, I like the fact that it's more committed towards workwear because there's this weird gray zone in Chelsea's to me where if you get a little too away from dressy but not casual enough, you start to look like 2009 Nick and Weston, where we were wearing skinny jeans and Chelsea boots, and it's like that weird gray zone.
Yeah.
So I want to either like dressy or like casual.
Yeah, it's genuinely hard. They're out there, but it's generally hard to find a Chelsea you can wear with a t-shirt or with looser fitting jeans.
Right.
That's just the nature of it. And also, especially because a lot of the time, because it's laceless, people make it quite close to the foot anyway. That's another reason why they tend to be sling. So the dressed down Chelsea, with the obvious exceptions of, Bloodstone, which are very popular. But like, as a boot type, it's rare to find a Chelsea you can wear loose jeans and a t-shirt with. So it's nice to bring that to the market, especially because it's casual and high quality, which is a space that I really like.
And it's under $600 for whites, which is pretty rare. So still expensive, but it's
made
clearly built like a
made in
whites.
America. They can blast as well, don't they?
Yeah, I think they have to. Because I think that only their Goodyear welt line is not hand lasted. So nice work, whites. That was so fun. Thanks, Nick, for coming out here. Not Nick's.
Very much not Nick's.
Check out his feral swine boots.
Yes,
Check
please.
out what's the big website in front of the screen.
Badleathergoods.com.
Badleathergoods.com.
Yeah.
Check out the unboxing we did, the cut in half video we did, and then he's got the bags. I'm going to do a unboxing of a backpack coming up, because when your homies are making cool products that you wish you made, you gotta support them. And like, I wish I did this project. I'm very jealous. I wish this was my project.
We'll find ways to work together.
Yeah, I want to murder the
figure it
pigs. I'm just gonna keep plugging it in every single one of the videos we do. It's like, let me murder the pigs. Let me murder the pigs until it becomes reality.
I'm keen. Just keep on saying the name of my business in your videos.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, thanks again, Nick. And thanks you guys for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Good job, Whites.
Yeah, good job, White. You killed it. See ya.